Remember when I said I was gonna help you with this YouTube channel?
Yeah.
It's my first video and it's been like 6 months. What's up?
How's it going, guys? We're going to be doing another ranking video. It's not going to be a top 5, though. It's different. It's going to be ranking all the Star Wars movies. I got my buddy Ryan, who was originally going to be a part of this channel, but it's okay.
Whoops.
Big Star Wars
Sorry,
fan
guys.
like me. We are including Rogue One because we've both seen it multiple times, had time to digest it. How's it going to go? Because there's 8 of them. We're going to go 8, 8, 7, 7, and down the line, you know. So, Ryan, just get it started. What is your number 8?
Number 8, I'm gonna start with The Phantom Menace. Wow, that is
Bad movie.
not good. I don't know too much about the prequels because I mean, obviously, like I haven't watched them as much probably as Sean has. He's a bigger Star Wars nerd than I am, so
Not a lot bigger.
yeah, that's true. I mean, you've read canon, and I'm just like, I'm just watching the movies.
I'm a
but,
comic
yeah,
book nerd.
The Phantom Menace. Holy smokes, that's bad.
Jar Jar.
It's the Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, that's my
Yeah,
impression.
Anakin. I don't even know who like plays him. You would know.
Jake Lloyd, terrible.
Man,
One of the
he's
worst child
terrible.
performances.
The dialogue in that movie is terrible. I think it gets dragged on way too long. Obviously, like they're all gonna be longer movies, but that's
It's
coming
boring
in
until you get to like Darth
Yeah.
Maul. Darth Maul's a badass.
Great
And then they kill him off.
Yeah.
Funny. Yeah, my number 8 is Attack of the Clones. Just because I think it's the only Star Wars movie that when I'm watching it, I literally hate myself for watching it. No, it's Hayden Christensen at his worst. You don't buy into the Anakin and Padme love story at all like you do in
That's
Revenge of
very
the Sith. It's the worst lightsaber battle at the end. If you ever watch it close. With Christopher Lee, God bless his soul, great actor. But when he's old, he's like 90, and he's trying to do these lightsaber battles, and they're zooming in on their face doing whatever the hell this is. And it's like, what are you doing? Fight, you know. And then you have Yoda jumping around and it's terrible. Yeah, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Dooku, bad fight. Ryan, number 7.
7. I'm going with Attack of the Clones. I think we just switched those ones around.
Yeah.
But again, just part of the prequels, not great.
Yeah, just bad.
Yeah, there's not much else to say. It's the prequels. It's like
This is a dreaded prequel. Technically, Rogue One's a prequel now. Breaking the trend. Thanks, Disney.
We'll get into that later.
My number 7 is Phantom Menace. Like I said, we just switched around. I think Jake Lloyd, one of the worst child performances I've ever seen.
Yep.
I think the decision to make Anakin Skywalker, introduce him as a child in the series, bad. I wanted to get the Anakin Skywalker we saw in Revenge of the Sith right away in Episode 1, and then as we progress, he turns and like at the end of the second movie, at the end of the second prequel movie, and then the third one, we get to see him as Darth Vader in his prime, mowing down Jedi. You know, that's what we should have got, but instead we got this convoluted love story that no one gave a crap.
Especially when he was like little, like you could see
Yeah.
him like hitting on her, and he's like,
It's like, this is weird.
"What's up?" I'm like 9,
It's
but
like
I'm
Bill
gonna be
Cosby
like,
type shit
I'm gonna
going
marry you, and we're gonna have Jedi babies.
It's like,
What's
it's
up?
like Bill Cosby. And then midi-chlorians, of course, you hate. Jar Jar's terrible. But the one thing I can find enjoyment in it because I think Qui-Gon Jinn's a cool character. Again, Darth Maul, but you know they kill him, but not really kill him because you've seen the Clone Wars and Rebels. He lives. Qui-Gon's a cool character. It's the only prequel that really uses a lot of actual practical effects and set design.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. Ryan, number 6.
Number 6, I actually like this movie a lot. Obviously, the best prequel, the Revenge of the Sith. I think it's a really great movie. The ending of that movie is probably one of on my top 3 of like lightsaber battles. Like the way how Obi-Wan and Anakin just like go at it before Anakin
It's
really
emotional
turns,
too. And that's what makes a good fight.
Yeah, like before like Anakin really fully turns to the dark side, turning into Darth Vader. I just think it's a great scene, probably the best in the entire movie. But I think the storyline gets a lot better in that movie as well. Like compared to the first 2 prequels, you really like dive into it before you like start getting back into the original trilogy. So that's why I think I like that one.
I
a
love
lot.
this. Is one of my favorite
really good.
endings to
Yeah.
a Star Wars movie too. How it ends perfectly. Again, my number 6 is also Revenge of the Sith. I like it quite a bit. I don't love it. It still has some bad dialogue issues. Hayden Christensen is better in the movie, but he does have some terrible line delivery.
Yeah.
If you're not with me, you're my enemy. That's Hayden Christensen impersonation. Perfect. Spot on. It's where Ewan McGregor really comes into his own with Obi-Wan. And that's the Obi-Wan
that's
we're
true.
going to see
Yeah.
in the anthology movies that are coming out. Well, will come out. Haven't been. Well, it's all but confirmed.
It will happen.
Palpatine's my second favorite Star Wars character of all time, next to Obi-Wan, actually. Yeah, because he's so awesome and he really flourishes. Ian McDiarmid as the Emperor is an amazing actor, and he does a lot of plays. You don't see him in a lot of movies because he's British, and he's in a lot of plays and stuff. But no, I love it. My favorite scene in that movie is actually right towards the end. It's like when Padme's dying. First of all, about that, when she dies of like a broken heart. Moronic idea, but you know how Plagueis, Palpatine, it talks about Plagueis' master. He could manipulate midichlorians, fucking midichlorians, and he could create life and alter life. So it's like what I really think is because Darth Vader was close to death. I think that Palpatine learned enough from him that he took the life out of Padme and gave it to Darth Vader. And that's how Darth Vader died. And I like that better because her dying really solidified Darth into the dark side. But my favorite scene is when she's dying and it's like the death of her and Anakin and the birth of Darth Vader.
Yeah, okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Ryan, number 5.
Number 5, newly released Rogue One. I thought it was a great movie. I mean, there's just so many better movies, I think, out of all of them. I mean, the original trilogy is just so great, in my opinion, that I got to put Rogue One at 5. But a little slow at the beginning. It had to be, though. You had to really learn who the new characters were. Yep,
yeah,
definitely. But I mean, the last hour and a half, I recommend if you see that movie in 3D. I saw it the second time in 3D, and it blew my mind away. Just constant action in front of your eye. It's just amazing. I thought it was really good.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, Darth Vader at the end. We can spoil it.
Yeah,
right?
this is heavy
mowing
spoiler.
down people.
If you're watching this video, you've seen Rogue One.
You're right. But Darth Vader absolutely mows down everyone. And just my favorite part of the entire movie, they're like links to like my number 1, but like when they hand the Death Star plans to Leia and they're like, "What is this?" and she's like, "Hope." And I'm just like, yes!
Yeah, right?
So good.
Ties in perfectly.
So good.
Oh, my number 5 is also Rogue One. For me, I just couldn't get it up high. It's such a great story, but if you go watch my review, I'll put the link right here. Pow! They had character development issues. You could kind of tell where they were reshot because major reshoots to change. Because originally the ending, they were Jin and Jagaluna's Cassian were gonna survive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they killed her.
Okay.
Which I think was the right choice to have them die.
Yeah.
Because actually in her contract, she says she can appear in a spin-off, but whatever. It's getting deep. No, I really liked it. Really liked it. Darth Vader, I love. He's the best part of the movie, hands down. Like the coolest part. K2SO.
K2 is very good.
Yeah.
Just his sarcasm really brings character to the first droid that I guess C-3PO, but like the first droid that's like really talking. Like, I think he has a really big role in the movie.
Yeah, I loved it.
My favorite part in that movie, though, it's just like, don't choke on your aspirations.
Yeah, that's my favorite scene too.
Oh my gosh,
I love that
so
freaking
good
scene. It's so good. Oh my god, yeah. Really, really good movie. Love it. Thought it was a great start to the anthology movies. Ryan, number 4.
Number 4, right here. The Force Awakens. Wow. I will talk for hours
right there
about Daisy Ridley because
they're gonna get married.
I'm in love with that woman. Daisy, if you're watching this, I love you.
If she ever comes across this and watches it.
This is where we meet. You have my heart. You've had my heart. No. Great movie. BB-8. If we're talking about droids again, BB-8 brings a lot of character in the movie. You can never hear him actually talk, but just a lot of character in the
the thumbs up.
Yep. And then I think Han Solo is really good in that. Just brings back the character when they bring back on the Millennium Falcon. Mm-hmm. He's like Chewie, we're home. Yeah. I really like that scene a lot.
Yep.
But it can't go in front of any of the original trilogy. But The Force Awakens, I think, is a great film.
My number 4 is also The Force Awakens, for exactly what he said too. It intersperses new and old characters so well that you still get enough of the old characters. Like Han Solo, Harrison Ford, magnificent how he brings back the character. But you also get enough new characters, and they develop them so much better than say like a movie like Rogue One that you care so much about them. Like Finn, Poe, and Rey. You just love the characters. I mean, you love Rey. Everyone loves Rey. Everyone loves Finn, and everyone loves Poe. I mean, if there was Poe needs to be next to likable in the dictionary because he's the most likable character I've ever seen in my life.
He's really good.
Yeah, and he actually was originally supposed to die too, and they let him live. No, I think how Jedi, Return of the Jedi, and The Force Awakens. There's negatives. I think I have probably a little bit more negatives to Jedi, but for reasons they're kind of tied for me just because Jedi may be more nostalgic for me. But yeah, the John Williams score, Rey's theme is one of our favorite themes ever. So good. Ryan, what's your number 3?
Before we go to number 3, I gotta admit, when Kylo takes off his helmet, I feel like that's a really pivotal point into the the storyline of where we're going with this next trilogy, because you actually see his face, you see Adam Driver's face. I think that's a really pivotal point in that movie.
Yep.
Number 3, Empire Strikes Back for me. This is where we really start you really got to pick apart the movies to pick what's your favorite.
100%.
Empire Strikes Back has got to be number 3 for me though. I really love just everything on Hoth at the very beginning. I don't really like when I don't even know what it's called when Luke gets taken like right away by that like a bomb.
The Wampa?
Yeah, the Wampa.
I believe it's a Wampa.
Something like that. I feel like the CGI is just so bad in that movie because he like chops off its arm and it just starts bleeding and then it just like falls over.
Yeah,
It's just like
yeah, and actually that's a really
Okay.
good scene because originally all you saw in the unedited on George Lucas prequels is he cuts it with the lightsaber and all you see is its arm fall. I think it's really more powerful with the actual Abominable Snowman character.
I mean, it's important because like he really like he uses the Force and brings it back, like brings the lightsaber to himself. But Empire Strikes Back, I think, is a really good movie. It's got to be number 3 for me though, because number 2 and 1 just bring it over there for me.
Number 3 for me is Return of the Jedi, and the reason why Return of the Jedi gets over The Force Awakens. Now, sitting in the Force Awakens theater, I loved it. Walking out, I loved it a lot and thought it was going to be my number 3. But Return of the Jedi has my favorite scene in all of Star Wars, and that is when in the throne room. First of all, it has the best space battle you ever see besides Rogue One. When you got the throne room, you got the stuff on Endor, and then you got the big space battle. And when you're in Endor, and you got the pivotal moment of the entire trilogy, the entire series, really, if you don't count Force Awakens, is when Luke is fighting his father. And it's when he's like, I'm not going to fight you, I feel it good in you, and he's like, there is no conflict, and all that. And then Luke is in the dark, and you see there's this half is in the shadow, like half his face is in the shadow, and half is in the light. You can tell there's this conflict within him, wanting to fight Vader, wanting not to, and then finally his thoughts are betraying him because he's kind of weak point. Vader says, like he realized, oh, a sister. He's like, if you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will. And he just, no way, he gives in to the dark side and just, boom, just starts bashing the living shit out of Darth Vader. And he's just going, and then it's like this shot pans, right? It just kind of pans like that, and the music swells, and it's right after he cuts off his hand, and then he realizes, Darth has that bionic hand, and so does he, and he's like, I'm becoming my father, and then he throws away his lightsaber because he's better than his dad. Ryan, what's your number 2?
Number 2, Return of the Jedi. I really like the scenes on Endor. Obviously, just the Ewoks. Gotta love the Ewoks.
You either love or hate the Ewoks.
I like them a lot.
They're
I just
cuddly.
think,
They're cuddly. They're cute.
No, I think like I really like when the Ewoks and Chewbacca take over the walker, the AT-AT.
Oh, the AT-ST. AT-ATs are the big ones.
Oh,
AT-ATs. AT-ST are the ones.
wouldn't have
Little
known.
dinosaur looking guys.
No, I like that a lot. And then definitely when Luke goes back and gets trained by Yoda again before Yoda dies. I really like that part too. So
when Yoda dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I like that.
Hey, Mom, thanks. We're doing a video right now.
That's awesome.
All right,
Hey!
see you later. We'll keep that in there.
Great day, Merry Christmas.
All right, peace, Mom. Thanks. We'll keep that in there, fellas. Yeah, no, Return of the Jedi is great. I mean, like everything I said too, it is a wonderful film. It has the most dated CGI and special effects, though. My number 2 is A New Hope, or as loyalists, or whatever you want to call them, original people who were there for the first ones. It's just Star Wars.
Yeah.
And that it is to me too. It's just Star Wars. 'Cause that's how I grew up. That's how my parents taught me I was. It's the beginnings of greatness. It's what started the whole thing. There were so many things that could have gone wrong. Everyone who had George Lucas' idea, people weren't taking it seriously on set. Han Solo and Mark Hamill said that him and Harrison Ford wouldn't take all of their lines and scenes super serious unless Alec Guinness, who is a legend, Obi-Wan Kenobi, was on set with them, because no one thought this movie was going to go anywhere. Everyone thought this movie was going to be a joke. I mean, the production company gave George Lucas all the rights to the merchandising rights. Are you kidding? Think how many toys this Star Wars has sold. That's how George Lucas is worth like $6 billion now. Morons. But no, it's the beginnings of greatness. It's great. It set up the whole thing. It's so fantastic. So much nostalgia. I mean, it's so good that Force Awakens pretty much copied it. So, Ryan, what's your number 1 Star Wars movie of all time?
Number 1 all time, A New Hope. Like Sean said, it's just the beginning of greatness. It's just Luke at the very beginning, like he's just like a moisture farmer with his uncle, and I just really like when he just doesn't listen to his uncle and he finds Ben Kenobi, obviously Obi-Wan, and just
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, and
That's just a name I haven't heard in a long.
These aren't the droids you're looking for. Like I love that stuff. And Chewbacca and Han Solo, obviously Han shot first.
Han shot first. Yes. These specialized editions we gotta check out. They're coming in the mail. Yeah, no, A New Hope is fantastic.
Yeah,
the final space battle is like one of the most fun action sequences I've ever seen. And I don't know if I talked about this in my spoiler, like Rogue One spoiler review, but the biggest complaint that people have about A New Hope is that, like, okay, they built this Death Star that can destroy a planet, but they left an exhaust port that you can destroy the whole thing. Now after watching Rogue One, you realize that, oh, that wasn't an accident. Galen Erso built that in on purpose. I love how anthology movies are like fixing.
That's why I like really respect Rogue One. Obviously, it's only like 5 on my countdown, but I just respect it, especially like that's why I love the ending so much, because I love A New Hope so much, like, or Star Wars, like that's why it's my favorite movie, and that's why I loved Rogue One so much, because of the connection between Rogue One and A New Hope, obviously between episode 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Just they filled that hole, and I just really appreciate
binary
it.
sunset scene where
really appreciate it.
Got nominated for Best Picture. Only Star Wars to ever get nominated for Best Picture. John Williams' score, iconic, won Best Score at the Oscars in 1978. God, I'm nerdy. My number one is the sequel to that, is The Empire Strikes Back. Probably no surprise if people have seen my Rogue One review or whatever. I reference The Empire Strikes Back consistently in everyday life. I mean, it's so quotable. There's literally a saying called The Empire Strikes Back, the series. When The Dark Knight came out in 2008, a lot of critics said, this is the Dark Knight, this is The Empire Strikes Back of this trilogy, of this series. Because The Empire Strikes Back is the greatest sequel ever made. No one ever say, The Godfather Part 2, The Dark Knight, whatever. This is the greatest sequel ever made, because what it did, it expanded the universe. You got to meet this Jedi Master, Yoda. Think how many things could have gone wrong with Yoda. Yoda could have been the Jar Jar Binks of that trilogy. But instead, Yoda was the Yoda of that trilogy, because he's so iconic, you can't compare him to anyone. It's Darth Vader's movie. This is the movie that Darth Vader truly shines. One of my favorite movies of all time. I quote Darth Vader all the time, like, from this movie. Like, I literally will send Snapchats to Ryan if I'm in the car bored. And I don't Snapchat and drive or anything in the passenger seat. But no, I'll record myself at night, just being bored or something, just Darth Vader quotes.
And your crappy, your Hoth.
Oh, yeah, I
His
have a
Hoth
lot
jokes
of
are
bad
terrible.
Hoth jokes
They're
that
bad.
you saw in the spoiler review for Rogue One at the beginning. I got slapped for it now. When I'm a dad, if I'm a dad, I don't know, ladies, if you want to come in. No,
It's
probably not gonna
really
be
weird. I really hope you cut this out. This
Leave
is
it in.
really weird.
If I become a dad and I have children, I'm gonna reference Yoda lessons and Darth Vader lessons all the time. Like, I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. Best line from an unfair dad. If I do something like, some pisses me off and we had a deal, I'm like, no, not anymore. So I'm gonna use do or do not. There is no try. Great Yoda quote. Tell that to my son and daughter when they're playing golf and baseball, because you will play those if you're watching this in 20 years.
You gonna name them Luke and Leia too?
I just had this conversation with my mother, actually. If I do end up, I promise you all that if I end up having fraternal twins and they're a boy and a girl, I will name them Luke and Leia. They will be named Luke and Leia. I want the middle name of my son to be Solo too. David Solo Zimny. Hell yeah, it's cool. Guys, that was our list. Ryan, you want to run through yours one time? Through his list the way we had this list.
Number 8, Phantom Menace. Number 7, Attack of the Clones. Number 6, Revenge of the Sith. 5, Rogue One. Still really appreciate it. 4, Force Awakens. Number 3, Empire Strikes Back. Number 2, Return of the Jedi. And my all-time favorite Star Wars movie is A New Hope.
Love it. Great list. Mine was number 8, Attack of the Clones. P.U. Stinky. Number 7, The Phantom Menace. Number 6, Revenge of the Sith. 5, Rogue One. 4, The Force Awakens. 3, Return of the Jedi. 2, A New Hope or Star Wars. And number 1, drum roll, The Empire Strikes Back. Guys, that was our list of favorite Star Wars movies. Our favorite list from the 8 that have come out recently. We're looking forward to the first trailer coming out for episode 8. I think it's going to be fantastic.
I can't wait.
Guys, that was our list. Comment below. Let us know what you thought of it. What's different about your list? What's your favorite Star Wars movie of all time? Are you excited for episode 8? What are your opinions on the prequels? Let us know there, because obviously we do not really like them that much. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter for more videos like this, movie reviews, trailer reaction reviews, list, whatever. Comment below and let us know also what you'd like to see from this channel. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.